I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. Um, and I'm not being thankful because my life is good, but thankful that I'm not living like these clowns, intoxicated by the involvement in a program where horror is happening to men, women, and children. But the intoxicating feeling of feeling empowered by the technology that can alter brains can make people do things that is embarrassing, humiliating to themselves, but they don't even feel it because that humiliation, embarrassment is normalized. So shame is no longer felt. And me looking out from outside looking in regard of participation, I'm just thankful I'm not them. And I love to put that in their faces, and I put that all the way. I will never identify with these manipulations. From the false memories to the current experiences, I understand that their job is to make me identify with these manipulations as if I'm not being manipulated. I've understood that there is a goal to alter reality so somebody can identify with personas. They utilize perps of all sorts. A lot of them, for me, are very childlike. So you can understand why they're even more intoxicated by this. And they're also, it becomes a gamified situation for them. A game they can die for too, by the way. It's not, some of these childlike individuals don't understand that you're doing that to somebody who knows this is not real, that you're manipulating, and you think you can gaslight a grown man, a grown adult. And a clown like you can make somebody identify with this. There's grown people who try to do the same thing and it's not working out. So imagine you're childlike. These childlike people who don't even know who they are try to convince you to accept these things. Oh, there's people who have accomplished way more than you participate in this thing who can't even get me to subscribe to that. So a clown like you, because you act this fanatical, I'm going to subscribe to it. You have no self-awareness. These people have got lost in this program thinking that it's reality. And what happens is when they're being exposed for what they're doing, which is altering memories, changing memories, because memories is a key element in brainwashing. For them to make you identify with current experiences, what they do is manipulate your memories. So it facilitates the manipulation that they make you have today to be identified with. Because they say we paired it with something else. But the something else is something they falsify themselves. So they take advantage of your fragilized brain to also manipulate your brain in regard of memories. And then try to utilize that as gaslighting ways to make you identify with these current experiences. And this is a whole ecosystem from noise campaign to try to create this stimuli of noise campaign like that to all kind of things. Disorienting you, try to make you now be able to think critically, because the goal is to try to make you think in this alter way. They don't want you to be able to think as a critical person who recognize what's happening for what's happening, but get lost in what the things they say. And I deal with V2K. So for example, somebody just say, you molest children after they manipulate my memories. The reason why this person is saying that is because they want me to identify with this manipulation, but also to try to take my mind somewhere else. Be disturbed by what they said. When in reality, it's a way to disorient me to identify with these false memories. And the truth is, the people talk about molesting children. Actually, the best part about it is these clowns, even though they're nothings in this whole system, the entities running this program, the real people behind this, not this delusional, role-playing, childlike individuals, actually are here molesting children. But what they're doing is they're making me experience these degrading experiences. Then try to make me subscribe to this identity. And they're using people who are just craving for a feeling of power and control, loving it. As target individual, we are helpless. We just deal with the way the brain is manipulated. The clowns around you, our sole purpose is to get you to identify with this. And the more you put in their faces, like, I know what you're doing to me, is altering my memories, changing my memories to make me identify with this. You are nothing. Look at you. You don't even like to see yourself. Because you clearly are not a key element here. You're just a participant like many. And you see me as somebody who definitely don't identify with this. The honking, the notification, the whatever it is, has not functioned. It's part of this brainwashing tactic to make me identify with this memory manipulation and the current experiences. I'm not going to adopt this identity, because I know this identity is something that you're manipulating me to experience. And there's no torture that's going to change that reality. This is an example of like what they've been doing. Like, because of me listening to something, I've been asking Chat GPT about the psychological games they do here. What's the purpose? The things they do are done systematically and textbook-like. What they do is a clear validation that they are doing things that is brainwashing. Now, the technology altered the brain. Their job is to support the technology in regard of identifying with this. Instead of letting that happen, like, oh, we're just torturing you to have this thoughts process in this way to break you down, to torture you. They will actually want you to identify and adopt this identity. So the technology make you have these experiences. The support system, this ecosystem is supposed to be making you identify with this. So they want you to identify with this. And that's why the external support comes in, the noise campaign, the honking that you just heard, the this and that. Every time they want me to identify with something that's been fabricated, created, or altered, they do this noise campaign. Sometimes they do whipping noise, whatever it is. And it's part of the textbook way of brainwashing somebody. One thing they've done just today is so bad, but they've done it multiple times. Is because I know now some verbiage because I use ChatGPT. I have something called an anchor day. Anchor day is a day where everything changed for me. On August 19, 2019, things changed for me. Ever since that day, I've never been myself again. I've been manipulated to experience degrading experiences. It's been nasty. So what's happening now? To disorient me and make me think, no, you experienced that before August 19, 2019. They try to create things to have been experienced before that. Now even blurring some of the manipulation they make me have to be before that day is very textbook psychological games. They want me to be doubtful this anchor day and make me think that this actually was experienced before. As my brain is being fragilized and my memories are being destroyed, the experiences they made me have, now they can move it around in my brain, in my memories, in ways that I'm doubtful of when was it. Is it before that day or after? Or after or before that day? It's textbook tactics, psychological, cognitive warfare type of tactics. I'm aware of what they're doing, but they're still doubling down on it. For example, what they're doing today, they did multiple. One was how, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. It's like they made me have this experience when I saw Kanye West and his daughter after August 19, 2019, and try to confuse me. It's like, yeah, but when was it published? Maybe you saw it before, and that's when they try to mess with me. But now they went even further, where I'm just even more confident, but they destroy my confidence about these memories. When I was living at this, when I started making these videos, you see me, my location was different, right? I used to live there. It's a different location, and there was somebody I used to have a relationship with that blocked me from Facebook. I asked one of the perps who's a roommate, okay, you are able to see her. Can I see her? This is an old friend, and I don't know why she blocked me, because we haven't talked in a long time. I didn't even know I was blocked from Facebook because I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. But I see her, and I see she got proposed, and it was a whole thing. Because of him being able to access it, I was able to see it. So I'm watching the proposal. It was all emotional, and she has a niece, a little toddler girl that jumped on her. I used to see her back in the days when I used to be friends with her on Instagram, with no manipulation. I'm talking about the little girl. Now, after August 2019, I'm seeing her and they try to play with my brain, but not too aggressively, because I have an anchor of being able to remember I was able to see her normally before. So they're not too aggressive. They were a little bit smoother about the manipulation toward people I was able to see normally before. Today, those things are over. So what's happening today is they try to put doubt that this was not when I was living over there, asking this guy to use his access to Facebook for me to be able to see that, and try to put doubt that I saw it before that. So they can be like, you see, that's proof that before August 19, 2019, you were feeling that. You see, proof. But what they're doing is just try to confuse me and put doubt that this was seen before instead of after. And making me imagine, oh, you remember, maybe there, no. I was over there, let's just call it Aya. Or Faya, whatever, that I'm coming up with a name. That's where I saw that. That's when you manipulate me in my brain in that way. And now you just try to blur the timeline and put doubt to be before the anchor of when everything started. And they're being more obvious about it. This is the psychological games they play to make me identify with this. And it's a non-stop game of alteration of memories, one way or another. Either implanting things that I didn't experience, either changing the timeline of things, either confusing me when was this, to try to make me identify with the current experiences. And it's non-stop. And to make me identify with that, they have these clowns around you behaving the way they need to, for me to have a doubt about it. I don't have doubt. It was after August 19, 2019, at that place, let's just call Baya. And that's where he did this. And they try to go into the details. So did you watch it? Was he there? Do you remember this? Like, try to play with the little details to try to mess with me. If I'm off with those details, they can just use that as putting doubts. Because at the same time, my memories are being damaged to the point where memories are flurrying, just flying away. So they also try to play with the details in regard of, were you watching it? Did he give you access and then you were able to see it? Or were you with them? Is that the time when you guys were together? To try to play with me and put doubt and be like, oh, but it feels like, when the truth is, they're just messing with my memories. To put the doubts there so I can be like, maybe it was before, when it's falsified. When the truth, what's, and I say falsified, they try to make me subscribe to the other falsified things. They try to mess with me because those details here. But when it was, try to push it that before August 19, 2019, when it's now true. What's true is I was over there, Abaya, and that's where I saw this. And that's where you make me have this experience. The details that you want me to have confusion on is what you're going to use as a tool to make me feel doubtful. And immediately when they want me to feel doubtful, it's like, oh, die in hell, castrated, you're going to... Systematic psychological game to get you to identify with these false memories. As a matter of fact, the word falsification, they try to negate that. They try to negate that. Falsification, they try to negate because they're trying to bring up something that was not even, not even like tormenting, where they try to make me remember a detailed memory. I was like, did you do this in the bathroom with this? It's like, no, it feels like you falsified. Then it's like, no, maybe this is true. A detail of something else. It's like, oh, you see that was falsified, but this is true, so that's proof that we're not falsifying this. Like, it just try to counter everything else with that. I think that was so nonsensical that they were saying that this happened, so that means that you like to do that to little girls. And using things like that to put doubt, when I truly know what they're doing to my brain, has been a lot of manipulation of my memories for the purpose of making me subscribing to this. So every time I say falsified, it's like, oh, but you remember you in the bathroom, you say you didn't, that memory was falsified, but it wasn't. But going back to this, they are trying to blur the line in regard of when things have happened, so I can think that this happened before August 19, 2019. And they try to put doubt in my memories by putting like random details of my in this what happened. It was, were you by yourself? Did you see, is it when you guys were standing, you were standing next to him? Was it to try to put some doubts into the timeline of things, when it's clearly when I was over there, which means after August 19, 2019, and you try to make me feel doubtful of that, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to make me feel like I experienced these things before August 19, 2019, which is falsified, and which is the term that you're trying to negate, which is not true. This is altered, and is the reality is everything started with this manipulation, these experiences after August 19, 2019, and I have no doubt that I saw this after August 19, 2019. You're just trying to make me think that it's not true. And what I saw was just a wholesome proposal. But of course, because there was a child there, they did some manipulation, even though now intensely as they try to make me think, they made me experience, they made me have this a little weird feeling. And I was able to watch this proposal because somebody there was able to access the Facebook profile that I couldn't. And now they just try to shift things around, confuse me, and make me feel doubtful. Maybe you saw that before August 19, 2019. And try to make me imagine, no, but it's creating falsified imagination. For the sole purpose to gaslight me, to identify with these things. They are altering memories, from blurring the timelines, because there's an anchor date that they want to confuse me to think that this happened before, which did not. So I can doubt. And every time they want me to subscribe to that, you hear this next door neighbors say, oh, die in hell, this and that's going to, that is like, whatever's going to happen. You failed. You are making me have these experiences. Those experiences happened starting August 19, 2019. And from this point on, you're going to falsify whatever you can. You're going to alter whatever you can. You can negate whatever you can to make me subscribe to that. And you're going to use these clowns around you. These clowns around me are going to try to break me down into accepting this. They're going to go through these little roles, the gimmicks, the tactics that can disorient somebody into identify with this. They're going to say some repetitive retardations that are not functioning, but is annoying, to make me identify with how they're altering, manipulating my current experiences, my memories, to match my current experience that are manipulated by them. Tag individuals stay strong. Another manipulation where they're just trying to mess with me, make me have these experiences, felt like it was before August 19, 2019, which is not true. And if I use the word falsify, they're going to try to negate that. Where they're trying to confuse me to the point of identifying and be accepted of these manipulations. But while they're doing the basic textbook brainwashing tactic, where they want me to imagine this specific proposal to have been seen before August 19, 2019, which they know I will never identify to this false memory. No matter